Hello, I'm Dragon Rider Luke. I'm a Christian streamer, and I'm always up for a friendly chat about my faith. I also think that it's important that people read or hear the Word of God frequently, so the next 5 minutes or so will be a chapter from the Bible. If it feels like I'm skipping around, that's because you're not watching my videos in stream order. Romans 6. What shall we say then? Shall we go on sinning so that grace may increase? By no means. We are those who have died to sin. How can we live in it any longer? Or don't you know that all of us who were baptized into Christ Jesus were baptized into his death? We were therefore buried with him through baptism into death, in order that, just as Christ was raised from the dead through the glory of the Father, we too may live a new life. For if we have been united with him in a death like his, we will certainly also be united with him in a resurrection like his. For we know that our old self was crucified with him, so that the body ruled by sin might be done away with, that we should no longer be slaves to sin, because anyone who has died has been set free from sin. Now if we died with Christ, we believe that we also live with him. So we know that since Christ was raised from the dead, he cannot die again. Death no longer has mastery over him. The death he died to sin once for all. But the life he lives to God. In the same way, count yourselves dead to sin, but alive to God in Christ Jesus. Therefore, do not let sin reign in your mortal body so that you obey its evil desires. Do not offer any part of yourself to sin as an instrument of wickedness, but rather offer yourselves to God as those who have been brought from death to life, and offer every part of yourself to him as an instrument of righteousness. For sin shall no longer be your master, because you are not under the law, but under grace. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law but under grace? By no means. Don't you know that when you offer yourselves to someone as obedient slaves, you are slaves to the one you obey, whether you are slaves to sin, which leads to death, or to obedience, which leads to righteousness? But thanks be to God that, though you used to be slaves to sin, you have come to obey from your heart the pattern of teaching that has now claimed your allegiance. You have been set free from sin and have become slaves to righteousness. I'm using an example from everyday life because of your human limitations. Just as you used to offer yourselves as slaves to impurity and to ever-increasing wickedness, so now offer yourselves as slaves to righteousness leading to holiness. When you were slaves to sin, you were free from the control of righteousness. What benefit did you reap at that time from the things you are now ashamed of? No, those things result in death. But now that you have been set free from sin and have become slaves of God, the benefit you reap leads to holiness, and the result is eternal life. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life in Christ Jesus our Lord. May God bless the reading of his word. Okay, so last time we explored a little bit. And then, eventually, we made it to Hateno. I went in the wrong direction for a little while. Whoops. But I did eventually end up at Hateno. And we didn't really have a whole lot of time left to explore, so yeah, that's what we're doing today. Today's class will be a history lesson. The story of Hyrule is deeply intertwined with the Calamity, and that is no exaggeration or embellishment. The Calamity has been visited upon the land of Hyrule several times before. It was sealed away 10,000 years ago by the sacred princess and a hero wielding the sword that seals the darkness. Isn't that just a fairy tale? Over time, history and legend sometimes blur together. All this stuff about 10,000 years ago and such, who cares? You got any pictures or proof to back up this so-called 10,000-year-old Calamity? It's no fairy tale, I assure you. These are real historical events. This is a problem. I'll need to show them some kind of depiction of the Calamity from 10,000 years ago. Otherwise, this lesson is over before it began. I'm sorry, Link, this isn't how I thought the lesson would go. If I had more foresight, I would have borrowed the screen depicting the Calamity from Lady Impa's Hall. Hateno Village, where the hall is located, is also in Necluda, but that's too far to the northwest for a casual visit. If only I could show these children a detailed image of the screen depicting the Calamity, I think they'd understand. Although I suppose it isn't Lady Impa's Hall now, is it? More accurate to call it Lady Paya's Hall. Okay, fine. Fine. So, for this class, we'll be going over the Calamity again. Let's start by reviewing our last lesson. Sir Simon, can you prove any of this?
Oh.
Isn't it more likely that over time history and legend started to blur together? Are we still talking about that stuff that happened 10,000 years ago? Can you point to any paintings or images that actually show there was a calamity 10,000 years ago? I can see I'll have to actually show the class the screen depicting the calamity to move my lesson plan forward. I have a picture to show. What's this? A screen depicting the calamity? Class, please take note here. This is a rare opportunity to see a primary source regarding the calamity. Wow, this looks like the real thing. So the legend was true? That's amazing! You know, seeing this makes it feel like it might have happened yesterday. Well, if you got documented proof, that's good enough for me. Go on, Mr. Simon. Tell us the rest of the story about the calamity. Ah, of course. Thank you so much, Link. My lecture about the calamity might run long, but I hope you'll stay for it anyway. Tell me. The calamity has visited this land of Hyrule several times over. However, 10,000 years ago, there were divine beasts built by the Sheikah using their advanced technology. Each of them was controlled by a skilled pilot as well. With the sword that seals the darkness and the power of the sacred princess, the ancient heroes stopped the calamity. For a long while after that, the lands of Hyrule knew peace. But the time when the people forgot about the calamity was the moment it returned to menace them once more. Tell us more. When did all this happen? 100 years ago. And changed. This all happened about 100 years ago. It began with an oracle prophesying the calamity's return. The royal family took cues from the legends of the past. They found and excavated the divine beasts. Skilled members of the Rito, Goron, Zora, and Gerudo peoples were selected to pilot them. They were called the Champions. With the wielder of the sword that seals the darkness and the sacred princess, all the pieces from the legend were in place. But this time the calamity would not be bested so easily. Did something happen? Sadly, the sacred princess was unable to awaken the holy power within her. The divine beasts were taken over by the calamity. Those selected to pilot them lost their lives in the process. Worse still, the hero wielding the sword that seals the darkness was badly hurt. Just when all seemed lost, the sacred princess came into her power and devoted her whole being to keeping the calamity at bay for 100 years. Is everyone following along so far? This is a recap of Breath of the Wild. After spending 100 years dormant, the hero wielding the sword that seals the darkness awakened, his wounds healed. He won back the divine beast with the help of several allies, including some of the champion's descendants. In the end, the hero defeated the calamity, and the sacred princess stopped the evil one. Sorry, I got a little emotional there at the end. It's a true story, though. All that we have, our land, our lives, our civilization, we owe it all to those who fought for it through the centuries. Wow, I want to be like the ancient hero and give the next generation good lives too. Ah, that went splendidly. Words cannot convey my satisfaction. I couldn't have done it without you showing us the screen, Link. Once again, thank you so much for your assistance. Oh, that's right. You should have something for all your help. Would this do? Hylian rice times 10. This grain is a favorite among residents of Kakariko Village. It's grown in regions with a lot of water and is quite versatile, used as an ingredient in things like risotto and rice balls. With the new vegetables being developed, they're harvesting less rice these days. That's a shame, as it's a favorite of mine. You should taste it for yourself, Link. I've done that a lot. Speaking of rice, our next subject is home economics. I plan to use the occasion to talk up dishes that use Hylian rice. Well, good morning to you. Thank you for your contributions. History class is ordinarily a bit slow-paced for the children's taste. That last lesson may have been the first time I've seen them enjoying a history lecture so much. Our next class is a home economics lesson. Actually, you're free to sit in again if the subject interests you. Today's lecture is on home economics. Food is essential for our survival. A keen culinary sense can help you stay alive in this perilous world. I'd like to put a question to you all. What dish do you get by mixing Goron spice with Hylian rice and raw meat? Goron spice is the hot stuff they sell in Goron City in the northeast, right? Yes, and I don't have any, which is why I took a picture of that, because I'm gonna come back to this in a long time. If it's got Goron spice in it, the answer can't be anything but curry. But the only other thing in it is raw meat, right? So obviously, the answer has to be meat curry. Yes, that's correct. That one might have been on the simple side for all of you. How about this one then? Take Goron spice, Hylian rice, and mix in monster extract. What do you get then? Monster what? Aren't monster parts only used for medicines? Yeah, if you try to cook with monster parts, it's a disaster every time. No one would eat curry made with monster stuff. I call trick question. Hey, settle down, children. This lesson may be too advanced. In fact, combining monster extract, Goron spice, and Hylian rice makes monster curry. Okay, there we go. That's what I actually need. You know what? I'll keep the other one just as a recipe. But judging from your skeptical faces, you won't believe me unless I can put a dish of it in front of you. I'd love to make some curry for them, but I don't have any monster extract. I'm told that it can be had in Terrytown up north in Akala. I don't have any Goron spice either, so yeah, I guess we're gonna have to head north if we want to finish up that one. That's fine. If you were looking to add some color to your wardrobe, you found the right place. You-do. Welcome to Kochi Dye Shop, where we live to dye. If you have any dye ingredients, it's 20 rupees to dye an item. That includes our service charge, of course. Let's get going and dye your get-up too. Huh? Hoo-wee! That's a lovely paraglider you've got there. Nowadays, not only do we dye clothes, we also offer a fabric rework service. Bring me some fabric and I can rework your paraglider with flying colors. You may be a first-time customer, but that's fine. We have a special introduction to our new service for folks like you. Ta-da! Your very own introductory fabric! CC Fabric. Tough fabric bearing CC brand design. It looks like it could be used to make a paraglider. You dropped by the Ventus clothing at the village entrance yet? CC, the famous designer who runs the place now, cooked up the cutting-edge design on this fabric. Every region has its own unique fabric designs. Keep an eye out for them wherever you go. Think of me when you find some new fabric, won't you? We can rework your paraglider with it for you to fly the skies in style. Dyeing clothes to the color of your choice or reworking paragliders with some new cloth. Either way, it'll take just 20 rupees. Rework the paraglider. This is your first time reworking a paraglider, is it? Don't worry, I'll do all the work. You just hand over the fabric and leave the rest to me. So we've got the ordinary fabric, which is what we have by default. Sheikah fabric, that looks nice. Horse God fabric. And CC fabric with mushrooms. I'm not doing that one. Sorry. I can at least show it on stream. I think I'll go with the Sheikah fabric. It looks nice. Thanks for the business. This won't take a moment. No watching paint dry for you. Sending the fabric, ready to launch. That'll do her. Looking forward to your next visit. Now go out and paint the town red. Ah, that's nice. It's funny how it flips off like that. Okay, so, with that done, I'm going to see if I can get some stuff with my amiibo. Next, let's see if Skyward Sword will go. Hey, it finally let me! Goddess fabric! Tough fabric bearing a goddess design. It looks like it could be used to make a paraglider. Hey, I got a favor to ask. It's not enough for me to just rework the fabric you bring me. I want to dye my hand in making my own patterns. Just like CC. Of course, hers are all original designs. And making fabric from scratch seems like a lot of hard work. But that's where you come in. Could you cast around for some reference material I could use as inspiration? First, I'm thinking I want to see visuals of the monster they call a Choo-Choo. That kind of Choo-Choo is everywhere, even just outside the village, but I'm too paint-hearted to get near them. I think if I could see a regular Choo-Choo for myself, not a fire Choo-Choo or ice Choo-Choo, it would help a lot. Okay, so I need to go get a picture, huh? Love's fire burns forever. What's the matter? You can tell me, weirdly handsome dude. You look like you've been places. Sure, things are peaceful in the old village, but it's a jungle out there in the world. That's why I stick around here, checking out the scene, making sure no strangers put the moves on Miss Ivy. Because Prima's taken, is it? Wait, I mean, that's why I make sure no strangers come in from the outside to disturb the peace. Ivy? You thought you forgot the Miz. It always had the Miz. Ms. Ivy is the poster girl for the East Wind General Store. There's no problem if you want to talk to Ms. Ivy. Just keep the naive I just moved here and want someone somebody show me around act to a minimum. Not that anyone could be as young, guyish, or fashion-esque as me. By the way, quick question for you, big guy. What kind of present do you think would make Ms. Ivy at East Wind happy? I'm not asking for me, you understand? A friend of a friend wanted advice, and I'm having a tough time with the answer. Obviously, I can't just go ask her directly. Let me know if you think of anything. Annie's beloved. For a second time. Where's Ivy? As I've said multiple times now, I can't admit 3 customers at present. What do you mean? We took the trouble to come here, and now you're saying we can't get in? But I wanted to see Cece's new stuff. It's not every day a mega famous fashion designer debuts new material. Yeah, everything I heard said this was some of Cece's best work. I'm so sorry, but we only have 1 entry ticket remaining. 1 ticket? So you're saying 1 person could go in? Hey, come on now. We can't just let one of us get a head start. Sure, I know that. It was just a joke? Oh well. Maybe if we come back later, they'll have room for all of us. Yeah, it's not like this is the only clothing place in the village. What do you say we kill some time at the dye shop? Ooh, or we could check out the pasture. Speaking of which, I've heard that a little ways up from the road, up the road from the pasture is a laboratory specializing in ancient stuff. Since we got all dolled up, we may as well hit the town and see it all. Thank goodness they gave up. Oh my, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Are you also a tourist who's come to see my the new line of CC products? Just as long as it's just you, you're free to go into the shop. CC herself is in there right now, in fact. Nothing you'll see is for sale. It's only an exhibition right now. Sorry to disappoint.
Hi.
Meet again. How have you been? Worn anything good lately? If I told you I knew where to find some of Misko's fabled fashion items, would you be interested? Ha! I thought as much. Well, listen up. It's said that some of Misko's treasure is near Fort Hateno, hidden in a cave marked with stone statues. Hateno Village, famous for the CC brand, is where I opened my eyes to the wonders of fashion. It's serendipity! I must find that cave. I will! On my honor as a fashionista, I will get to the bottom of this rumor. No, I will. Near Fort Hateno. Marked with statues? I guess that would be over here. Did you bring me some reference material for a choo-choo pattern? I have a new reference. Oh, so that's a choo-choo. I can feel the inspiration bleeding into reality. I'll start developing this pattern at once. All-tone! With your help, I've made a very pretty pattern. You can have the fabric I worked up as thanks. Choo-choo fabric. A fabric bearing a choo-choo design. It looks like it could be used to make a paraglider. Knew I'd get a different result with some quality reference. I bet you I could make other patterns too. In fact, I made a list of patterns I'd like to dye out. When you get your hands on anything I might use as reference, come on in and show it to me. Horse, cuckoo, Eldon ostrich, Grizzlemaw bear. Wow. If I have the reference, I can make an original pattern for you to walk out the door with. Looking forward to seeing what we can do together. That's a lot.
No.
Ah, another practically perfect masterpiece. It's an exemplar of the form from every angle. This is the sort of thing on which I've built my name and reputation as the world-renowned Cece. Oh, pardon me. Are you an admirer here to meet the incomparable Cece? I must say, you don't seem to show any sort of interest in fashion. Nope, just practical use. Welcome to Ventus Clothing, the only boutique in the world which carries the CC brand. And if you weren't aware, you stand before the very woman who changed this fussy old village into the birthplace of fashion. As proof, I present you this, the CC hat, the newest and most magnificent work by yours truly, CC. Do you see that luxurious curve? Do you note my avant-garde color choices? Wouldn't you call it the pinnacle of perfection? This piece is so special that I dare not assign a price to it. It's not for sale. I shall only part with it when I find someone truly worthy of owning it. Only the most impressive fashionista in Hyrule's trendiest village is worthy of such a crown. What's all this about? Hyrule's trendiest village. I don't remember approving any new slogans for Hateno. Ah, look who's here. What can I do for you, oh esteemed Mayor Reed? I'm really sorry. I tried to stop him from coming in like you asked, but he wouldn't take no for an answer. Cece! You have got to quit littering the village with your weird art pieces! Maybe you don't realize, but plants need their sleep too. Those eyesores are so bright at night that they're keeping the veggies awake. It's a real problem for the crops. Hateno's foundation is its produce. What are we going to do if it fails? Now, dear, there's no need to get so worked up. I think some of the people here actually like her art, you know. Wouldn't it be better to hear her out? Don't fall for her line of twaddle! She's got everyone in Hateno wrapped around her finger already! My duty is to look after the village, and that's what I mean to do. Looking after the village, you say? Who do you suppose you have to thank for Hateno's rejuvenation? It didn't need rejuvenating! Hateno Village is a peaceful place where folks live quiet lives, and that's the way they like it. Do they? Then let us leave the matter to the people to decide. My avant-garde approach versus this mayor's quaint, bygone ways. The citizens will decide which outlook will drive the future of the village. By holding a mayoral election! You're calling for a mayoral election! Sure, suits me. I'll win that pretty easy. Sophie, I delegate management of the mayoral election to you. What? Come on, Claudia. I don't feel like sticking around here any longer. It's time we head back home. You know, I stand by Reed on that. Oh, you again. I've got a long to-do list in preparation for the mayoral election, and the sooner I get started, the better. The answer should go without saying, but you are, of course... undecided. I shouldn't say it to her face. Oh, if you haven't yet thrown in your lot with either candidate, then welcome to Team CC. That settles that, I trust. No. It's plain for all to see that I'm a shoo-in for the next mayor. Or so one would think. Yet there are stragglers in this village still supporting Reed. They need a mental makeover. And so, I have a fabulous plan to give out mushrooms to Reed's supporters. Mushrooms are synonymous with the CC brand. Fungal fashion is the CC way. The mushrooms I give them will paint them inside and out with fresh, vibrant CC brand colors. Although Sophia and I must mind the shop. Where will we find someone that we can trust to carry out this vital task? I have to go. Oh, so you're to start on my little errand already? You'll need these then. I'll take the mushrooms, but I'm not handing them out. These mushrooms are for the village's Reed supporters. It's easy to recognize them by how unstylish they are. My supporters are all expert fashionistas dressed to the nines in CC. This should go without saying, but don't give one to anyone in Reed's family. There's also no need to give them to children, travelers, or any temporary residents like the Sheikah researchers. That leaves us with, unless I miss my guess, a total of 8 Reed supporters. Your mission is simple. Give a single Hylian shroom to each of those 8 misguided voters. Well, off you go. Team CC or Team Reed? She saddled me with so much work when she put me in charge of the mayoral election. Sir? feel like I should apologize for dragging you into this mess I found myself in. But since we were both involved now, could you give me a little advice? Sure. I should have expected that. The thing I need your advice on is my sister. It's about Cece. Lately, she's been sneaking off alone in the middle of the night. I don't think it's anything sinister, but the election is soon and I don't want any last-minute surprises to hurt her chances. So I'd like you to tell my sister, find out where she's going and what she's up to, and get back to me. I feel like she's foraging for mushrooms, but I'll go ahead and do that. Nighttime anyway. I've tried following myself, but she spotted me right away. I really got an earful about it too. If you succeed in finding out what she's doing, I can reward you, of course. You're the only one I can ask for help. I don't want any of the villagers finding out until I know what's going on. Help me out, please. Let's swap our clothing. That should help. Aha!
Ooh.
Perfect. I do believe nobody saw me. I'm free to enjoy another of my late-night meals in secret. Ah, how I enjoy my nightly vegetables. She's stealing carrots. That's why the mayor said that he's having trouble getting carrots, getting the vegetables to grow. She's stealing them. The shine, the luster, the fragrance, yes indeed. Now this is luxury dining. And so, without further ado, let us tuck in. Ah, so scrumptious. The crisp, smooth taste is a sign they were grown on a diet of pure water. Thanks to the farmer's deft touch and the quality of the soil, I can even eat the skin without misgivings. Honestly, vegetables from anywhere but Hateno Village simply don't count. They're nowhere near as filling. Though I've built a reputation on flash and glamour, here in private I must admit that the simple, unadored things are best. There's simply no denying it, alas. But now that I'm full for tonight, it's best that I return home. If I don't return quickly, Sophie may start to suspect something. Did I learn anything? Yes, I did! Sorry about this. I know it's a tall order asking you to tell my sister, but I'm just so nervous about her. Really? The silo across the way? What? I thought you'd been hiding something big. Is that really all there was to it? I know my sister says a lot about charisma and style, but and has to do everything in the most ostentatious way possible. But between you and me, her tastes are pretty plain. She loves the slow life here in Hateno Village. She probably told you she came back here because of development or whatever. But the truth is, she just wanted to eat the vegetables grown right here in her hometown again. At least, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Either way, I'm so glad she wasn't up to anything scandalous. I want you to have this in exchange for helping me out. Iron Shroom times 10. My sister really is a handful sometimes. Both she and Reed want the same things, you know. I can't understand why the two of them don't just work together instead of going into such bizarre lengths. Okay, so let's go check out Reed, then. Oh, you're the traveler I saw at the Ventus clothing, right? Did you come to check up on me because you were worried? Yeah, I lost my head a little there. I'm not too proud of the way it behaved. But don't you worry about me. I've had a couple tricks up my sleeve against Cece. I might not be able to pull them off, pull one of them off in time for the mayoral election. So I'm focusing on the second plan, to bring back a taste no one's tried here in years. What kind of taste? Way back when, my grandfather worked with someone from the village to create a special kind of food. I was too ahead of its time to catch on, so it never went further than the first trial run, but I never forgot it. Even today, I can still recall the gooey mouthfeel of the one bite my grandfather shared with me. In the back of my mind, I've always wanted to make it a signature staple of this village. If I could accomplish that, I'd have something that could stand up to Cece. Except, I can't remember who in the village my grandfather worked with or what they created. Probably risotto. Now that I think of it, it also had a unique pungent scent. If I could just smell that aroma again, it might jog my memory. But don't worry about my problems. I hope you have a nice, relaxing time in our village. You tried the fresh milk they make in the farm up the hill. Never start my morning without a glass. New signature food.
Huh?
Oh, you're the customer I saw at Ventus Clothing, aren't you? You know, from when they were talking about whether to go through with the mayoral election or not, it's become something of a hassle. They're both so stubborn. I wish they'd clear the air between them and end this silly quarrel once and for all. But that's a moot point now. I have something else on my mind. I have to take care of this before the mayoral election starts. What's on your mind? Oh, you don't mind lending me an ear? I won't mince words. It's about my husband, Reed. That man of mine, he shuts himself up in our shed every night. I don't have the faintest what he's up to. When I ask, he just says it's a secret, and I can't get another peep out of him. I hate the idea of snooping on him, plus I think he'd catch me at it right away. But I get so worried when I think about whether whatever he's doing will affect his chances in the election. I was fit to burst if I couldn't find someone to talk about this. Good thing you came along. I'd like you to enter our shed at midday when my husband isn't around and see if you can figure out what he's doing. I'll pay you for your troubles, of course. The only problem I can see is that he keeps the place locked up tight. You'd never fit in through a window, but maybe you could dig a hole or something? You'll figure it out. Oh, I know how. Let's figure out where the shed is, and then mark it, and then get to it in the well. So the shed is here, isn't it? No entry without permission. I've already... Hold on. Okay, so there was a blood moon, but it's still a long time until midday, so let's go ahead and head up the hill first. Well, you're a new face around here, if I'm any judge. Welcome to Hateno Pasture. Nothing like a morning air on a farm, eh? You got something for me? Nope. Might have just been my imagination. You're here to buy fresh milk, Wanderer. That's right. Sure you are. The milk from my cows is the best in Hateno. The secret's in the special feed I make for them. Except I've been having trouble getting my hands on acorns to mix up any more of it. There used to be tons of acorns all over the ground in the forest out back. No idea where they all went. Probably the squirrels started taking over and grabbing them all for themselves. Sometimes they'll drop the acorns they carry in their cheeks if you startle them, but they're quick little critters. I need at least 3 acorns to make my special feed, so it's a real problem for me. My daughter Corian is always out staring into that pond, so I doubt she'd be any help gathering acorns. Here's some acorns. No fooling. Well, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. Not with me at my wit's end and all. I don't know if this rightly makes up for it, but have a bottle on me. Fresh milk. Woo! I was keeping it squirreled away, but now no reason to be a miser. About it now. Better go mix up a batch of feed right away now that I got some more acorns. You ever want more fresh milk? I'll swap you for 3 acorns. It's all a special trade, just for you. That's the surprise cows. How do I fix this? Do I dive into the pond? There's no way. That's too deep to swim. Huh? What's with the blank stare? Oh, you must be a customer. What's that you've got there? Sorry, but if you're here on farm business, you'll have to talk to my dad at the farm. I need to get my hands on that message bottle floating in the pond, quick. Finally found the letter my great-grandpa left, but I can't reach it. My arms are too short, pond's too deep to swim, and anyways, I don't know how. But that letter has the advice I need to get this farm back on its feet. If I don't get my hands on it, we're sunk. We were playing Street Fighter. Huh. Told you whatever you're after, I'm too busy to. Huh? That's my great-grandpa's message bottle. But how did you... Did you fish it out for me? Thanks. There should be a letter in this bottle with advice for getting our farm back on its feet. Let's see here. How am I doing? I am doing fine. We're just exploring Hateno and getting the very, very, very many quests done. How are you doing? So much text. Yep, there we go. Gosh, I do miss Great Grandpa's handwriting. His penmanship was so messy that no one but him and his family could read it. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. New specialty with Mayor. Cheese, fermentation, can't name, too early. Yeah, this could work. Sorry to run, but I want to put Great Grandpa's advice into practice right away. If you need me, I'll be back at the house.
Hey.
It's right over there, by the way. Come by a bit later so I can thank you for the help. Did some sets with a friend. Oh, okay. So you were practicing so you could get better at Street Fighter. Nice. If I play my cards right, I can start making a new signature product. It'll be good not just for our farm, but for the whole village. I'm itching to get started. What, you got other business with me? No. Okay, I'm headed home in that case. See you later. Is that a club attached to an axe? Kind of. Ah, good, good, you showed up. Take a look at this. I call it Hateno cheese. Wow, that stands out really well against the background. That message my great-grandpa left behind had the recipe. It's springy on the outside, but melty on the inside, and so delicious you'll think you're dreaming. But back to the reason I called you here. It's, well, you know. I couldn't have made this without you, so I wanted you to be the first to have some. Anyway, consider this my thanks. Go on, take it already. Hateno cheese. A cheese made from Hateno cow's milk. Add it to a warm dish and enjoy its rich flavor and melty texture.
Yeah.
As I understand it, Great-Grandpa worked with the mayor back then on this Hateno cheese to put our village on the map. But it was ahead of its time. The villagers rejected it. Having eaten this, I think they were nuts. Now is the time for Hateno cheese to make a splash in the culinary world. I'm sick of fashion getting all the attention lately. It's really eating into our business. But if anything will bring the customers in, it's this. I'd say it's time to do some renovation around here. Hold on, that was for the... Maybe here is good? No, I like it better this way. Yeah, that'll work. That was the mayor's quest. Okay. Oh wow, she made a lot of cheese. Ta-da! The Hateno cheese shop is complete. What do you think? Next up is to get those folks over at the general store to start stocking it. That reminds me, you won't get this offer anywhere else, but around here I'll give you some fresh milk instead of rupees. I'll make the dream my great-grandpa gave up on come true, and this farm will be busier than ever in the bargain. So, you'll come visit me again, right? What, you got other business with me? No. Leaving already? That's okay, just be sure to visit again. And just buy cheese. Thanks to you. Notes toward a new variety of pumpkin. I firmly believe that Hateno Village's charm is in the delicious vegetables and milk from our farms. But there's no denying that these things just aren't resonating with the youth nowadays. And I've got no business being mayor if I can't fix that. So I got together with Knack, the best farmer in these parts, and we came up with a new type of pumpkin. The color, the shape, and appearance are based on the CC brand aesthetic, which is popular with the young folk. We've hit a snag, though. It might be a bit before we can achieve our goal of shipping the pumpkins out. How goes it? Any progress on that thing we talked about? You say he's developing a new type of pumpkin. So that's why he's been consulting with Knack so often. He could have just asked CC about it directly, but I know he's too hardworking and stubborn for that. It's a relief to find out the truth. A lot of things make sense now. Like why he went to Ventus Clothing. It's so obvious in hindsight. I'm sorry. That's between me and my husband. Thank you for looking into this for me. I promised you a reward, and I keep my promises. 10 Hylian tomatoes. What a pair the two of them make. If they would just get along. Am I smelling things, or do I detect a certain unique pungent aroma? Have some cheese! This is it! This is just what I've been looking for! My grandfather developed this with a fellow villager!
No!
Hateno cheese! Of course! It makes sense that my grandfather would have been working with someone from the farm up there. It's a miracle that Koyan not only found the recipe, but managed to reproduce it. But this is great news! It's a clear sign that we ought to make Hateno cheese a new village staple. That ought to swing the election for me. Let me pay you for that cheese, okay? 100 rupees! Its dazzling silver light reflects your beaming smile. Believe me, it's worth every rupee. Now then, I should get in touch with Koyan so we can start preparing for mass production. I'll ask the Hateno Village General Store and some traveling merchants to add it to their wares too. Shouldn't take more than that to tip the election my way. You should come out and watch it happen.
Oh,
Good day.
yeah?
Welcome to Hateno Village. Here from some sightseeing? The East Wind General Store is open for business. If you're here for Hateno Village's famous fresh produce, you're in the right place. Or if you like this super cute CC hat,
Ah,
you can hit the store across the way, Ventus Clothing. They're featuring a new line of hats right now. Thanks to CC, this village is the place to be. She's drawing in so many tourists that our sales are going up too. CC's putting our village on the map. What do you like? Huh? What do I like? Where did that come from? Maybe frogs? Sure, why not? I like frogs. If I had 100 hot-footed frogs, I would be incredibly happy. Oops, I couldn't think of anything, so I just told him what my dad likes instead. Might go a little better for Manny than the last one, anyway.
oh.
I'm not trying to be rude, buddy, but what were you doing with Ms. Ivy from the general store? Sure, I noticed. I've been checking her out for a long... a friend of a friend took me off. I talked to her. You went and asked what Ms. Ivy likes? Right to her face? What's the idea? Uh-oh, gotta play it smooth. Can't let him guess I'm the one dying to know. Alright then, so what is it? What does Ms. Ivy want? I can't leave my friend's friend hanging. She wants hot-footed frogs, and 100 of them at that? Yeah, that checks out. Ms. Ivy her love for animals is just one of the many charming things about her. Or so my friend's friend is always saying. That was a close one. I better play it smooth. Still, collecting 100 hot-footed frogs seems like a big job even for someone you love. But not if I had help. You traveler types go into wells and caves all the time, right? That's just the kind of place where you can find frogs. You don't even have to go far. Didn't I hear about a bunch of frogs in a well somewhere in this village? Maybe I should check it out later. What? I didn't say anything. Look, let's focus on how helpful it would be if you gathered 10 of those frogs. Hey, buddy, do I hear the faint croaks of little frogs? Specifically, 10 hot-footed frogs in that pouch of yours. Here's some frogs. 1, 2, 3... Aha! 10 frogs, all accounted for. Allow me to take this off your hands. And as promised, here's your reward. 10 mushrooms! Nice! Guess it's up to me to collect the rest. How I've been dreaming of a date with my beloved Ms. Ivy. That's why I, Manny, will check every well in sight. Uh-oh, no coming back from that one. Oh, Zelda bought this. That's my house! It looks like Zelda bought it in this game. After the calamity, I asked myself how to rebuild and set out across Hyrule in search of an answer. I saw collapsed buildings, lost cities. The damage was far worse than I had imagined. But as I watched the people and heard their stories, I was convinced all was not lost. The people's spirits were not broken. They and their strong wills are Hyrule's greatest treasure. They are the ones who will rebuild, and my contribution to their efforts will be to protect them while they do so. As part of Hyrule's reconstruction, we've built a school in Hateno Village. It's the largest Hylian village, with its sprawling, bountiful land. There are so many children living here that it seemed the ideal place to found a school. I've recruited Simon from the Research Institute to teach there. He was Purwa's assistant for years, which makes him well equipped to deal with the needs of quirky children. I'll be overseeing the school for a while, myself to keep an eye on the students. I commissioned Bolson, who taught his trade to Hudson of Hudson Construction, to construct the school for us. He seemed deeply moved by the request. This will be his final job in Hateno Village before he sets off on a journey. I had him add a secret room to my house. one that won't appear on the plans. It's dim, but humidity and temperature controlled, so it's very comfortable. It's proven very useful when I'm working alone and need to concentrate. I'll have to find it. Work on the school has been moving along smoothly, but a major problem recently reared its head. We don't have enough teachers. Simon is interviewing people, but he hasn't found a good fit yet. I'd like to hire someone intelligent, educated, and capable of earning the children's trust. Nurturing our children is an extension of our duty to this land. We shape our future by the way we shape their path. I hope to see sterling members of our community come to this village and take up that mantle as their teacher. Okay, I might have to find one. Now, there's a secret room in this place. Zelda's secret well. Well-worn hairband. An old, worn, simple hairband. Its color has long faded, but it still has some life left in it. Wearing it in your hair makes you sentimental about times past. So you do that so that you get the look, his look from Breath of the Wild. Nice. Because otherwise he has really long and wild hair. We put on that and now he's got the hairstyle from Breath of the Wild. That's funny. This has more defense though. Zelda's diary? Though the calamity is over. Okay. Is it the same as inside? Ah, nope, no it's not. A new champion's tunic. Let's read that again. Though the calamity is over, its scars remain. A mountain of problems stands before us even as we begin to rebuild. No matter where I go to offer aid, Link remains at my side, a kindness that has taken a visible toll on his clothing. That's why I've put in an order for a new and improved champion's tunic, just for him. I can't wait to see the look on his face when I surprise him with it. I'll hide it in the throne room so he won't find it until after our investigation. Even he would never suspect that the torches are the key. Okay, something for me to keep in mind. You used to have really long and wild hair? I've never had that. And of course she's got a hot-footed frog in here. So many Breath of the Wild references in here. Well, unfortunately, the champion's tunic is in the throne room, which makes it a little out of reach right now. Hello. Greetings and good meetings. I trade treasure for bubble gems. Ah! You're the nice traveler from before. You gave me your bubble gem. So kind. Many thanks. You know, it was a very special moment for me. Yes, very special. I need more bubble gems. I must have more. I'm sorry. Ever since we parted, I've been traveling far and wide, but yet I still haven't gathered a single bubble gem. When will I become a Satori? What am I to do? It can't be a coincidence we meet again, traveler. Fate, yes, fate brought us back together. I'm sure of it. Please, if you get your fingers on any more bubble gems, would you give them to me? I promise I'll give you suitable treasures in exchange for them. For example, look up there. That mystic clothing is all yours if you bring me lots and lots of bubble gems. I want it. Yes, then yes! If you get your fingers on any bubble gems, please bring them to me. I'll be traveling far and wide in search of those gems myself, so if you spot my stall at night, don't be shy, do come by. Oh yes, I forgot to mention something important. When it comes to bubble gems, I believe gobbling down many at once is the key to turning into Satori. So in the future, please bring the quantity I ask for all together. The reward I give you will be based on how many gems you give me. A good deal for us both. If you have bubble gems, I'll trade them for treasure. Let's trade. Let's see. If you give me 2 bubble gems, I'll give you 1 item of value. Oh, who? Oh, yes. I'll give you the Moblin mask. Sounds fair. Wahaha! I'm so happy! I'll tell you no more. Here I go. I feel something bubbling up from deep inside me, I think. More! Give me more bubble gems! I'm sorry. Now that I am myself once more, please, here's the treasure I promised you. Moblin Mask! Kilton's handmade Moblin headgear. It's designed to replicate the distinct long Moblin nose and hanging tongue. Equip it to blend in with Moblins. And I'll let you in on a little secret. Ever since I ate the first bubble gem, I've been able to sense the presence of bubble frogs. Though not all of them. For you, I can put my bubble frog feelers to work and seek out places they're likely to be found. Of course, if you happen to have any remaining bubble gems, I'll happily trade them for treasure. Let's trade. The Hinox toenail might be of interest. I'll give you 3 of them for 2 bubble gems. Sounds fair. I am overjoyed! Yes, I am! I knew you'd come through, traveler. I'll tell you no more. Here I go! Oh, my body is filling with mysterious power! I need more bubble gems! I must have more! I'm sorry. Now that I'm myself once more, please, here's the treasure I promised you. Hinox toenail times 3. As tough as plate armor, this item this item increases an arrow's attack power when attached to it. Cook it with a cricker to make an elixir. Of course, if you happen to have any remaining bubble gems, I'll happily trade for them for treasure. Let's trade. Let's see. If you give me 3 bubble gems, I'll give you 1 item of value. Oh, yes, yes, I'll give you the Mystic Robe. Sounds fair. Azoo! Thank you! I'll tell you no more. Here I go. What is this strange feeling running upways and downways my body? It's still not enough! Not enough bubble gems! I'm sorry. Now that I'm myself once more, please, here's the treasure I promised you. Mystic Road, Rupee Padding. A robe acquired in exchange for bubble gems. Woven with prayers to spirits, it protects the wearer, allowing them to lose rupees instead of health when hit. Oh boy, it's the magic armor from Twilight Princess. Of course, if you happen to have any remaining bubble gems, I'll happily trade them for treasure. Let's trade. Fire Key Eyeball, I'll give you 8 for 3 bubble gems. Sounds fair. I'm so happy! I'll tell you no more. Here I go. Feel something bubbling up from deep inside me, I think. Or give me more bubble gems! I don't have any more. I'm sorry. Now that I'm myself once more, please, here's the treasure I promised you. Fire Key's Eyeball! Fire Key's eyeballs are imbued with heat and are useful in making elixirs. Attach one to an arrow to grant a homing quality to the arrow, and they explode in fire. I don't have anything else. Please, come again. Discovery! Rowbread Drop-Off Cave. Treasure sleeps beyond the path shown by the stone statues. Here we go. Ah. Okay, I know the path forward. Yeah, I refuse to beat my way through any sort of blockage like that. It just takes ages. So... I used to do it, and then I decided, you know what, bomb flowers. Yeah, there we go. And clearly my path forward is down. Let's go ahead and heal up a little. Apples. Oh, I missed the lizard. Oh well. I mean, more red choo-choo jelly. Oh, because there's 3 over here! I get it now. Okay. Well, I feel like an idiot. Barbarian helm! Whoa! We already got the barbarian set! A helmet once worn by the warriors of an ancient warlike tribe from the Farron region. Wearing it draws out your inner animal, increasing your strength and battle prowess. And it doesn't lower my defenses at all. We already got the full barbarian set. Nice! Well, there's not really anything else to do in here, so we're gonna just go up again. Discovery! Fort Hateno Cave! Oh, okay. We're down here now. Let's go down. I know there's a cave here, or at least there was in the last game, and it would make no sense if there wasn't in this game. Considering the large part of this game was adding caves, not removing them. Yep, it's still here, just a little deeper. Discovery! The Nehru Road South Cave. Yep, it's still here, it's just bigger. Follow the beam to its end and offer the crystal there. Do so and I will offer you a light that banishes evil. Nehru Road Crystal. Oh, that's what that's for. I have too many shields. Not enough bows. Ooh, a rocket. A fan. Oh, that's going to be helpful for later. Another rocket and fan. Okay. Know what I'm doing there. Ooh. What do we got? Bow. 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 Shield. Alright. Before I do that... That did not help any. That did. Good thing I had that. Sapphire. And we got a wing. I don't have to take one out of my supplies. Awesome. Aha! You who offers the crystal, I will grant you a light that banishes evil. Oh, it's hidden behind the glider. That's what's going on there. It's like, what's going on? The glider, that's what's going on. Oh, we got another Raru's Blessing. Awesome. Bow. Big battery. A battery with an improved compression rate. Though disposable, it holds multiple times as much energy as a normal battery. Okay. I'll keep it in mind for the next time I really need it. I can deal with Lanayru Promenade later when I have, you know, a bow. It'd be nice to pick up one soon. That is a Lionel. You know what? It's a great way to get a bow. Blue-maned Lionel. I could get paraglider fabric out from it, huh? Okay. And I died. Wrong button. That one. Before I go into that, again, let's work on making slightly better weapons. Okay, now let's get my overpowered spear. Relatively overpowered, I guess. Oh, come on! What happened there? Good thing I saved. And I died. I was trying to see if I could get some free hits in, because, yeah, I'm not winning this. I'm gonna have to come back. That did not help any. And I died. Okay, so sniping him from afar isn't helping either, so we're going to just ignore him. I don't have the power to take down this guy right now. Have fun with that one. That's not what I meant to do! Woo! Well, I was trying to pull on my shield, but he pulled out the other thing. Ah. Was not expecting that. Discovery! Bone Pond East Cave. Ooh, and we got a shrine. Come on, there's always a rock around here. No rock? Seriously? Go find a rock. Maybe these are rocks? Those are not rocks. That is unfortunate. There's no rock in the shrine. Please give me a bow at least. A diamond. Nice. But I'd really like a bow. Please. Oh, looks like there's some more further down. At any rate. Let me out, huh? Okay. Ooh. Puffy. That lets you out. Thank you! I'm saved! I despaired thinking no one would find me here. You might be wondering how I got here. A fine question! To explain, I must tell you about the blood moon. Some nights, no matter the moon's phase, it rises full and red. Precisely at midnight, the whole sky turns crimson. And then, defeated monsters appear again. There you have it. The blood moon! It is my life's work to research this event. Why do the monsters revive? What connects them to the blood moon? I thought if I studied the monster's ecology, I would discover something. But I got too close, and here I am. Please, take this for saving me. Salt grilled meat. Short on ingredients, just rub some meat in salt and cook it for a simple, tasty dish. On second thought, you deserve more than that. Here. Sneaky meat and seafood fry. Grants a low-level stealth boost. A filling dish made by cooking fresh seafood and meat together. No, that's not enough to properly convey my gratitude. Here. Fairy tonic. This powerful recovery elixir harnesses the power of fairies. It has a sweet fragrance. The night the moon begins to wane. The moon's fullness now may be receding, but I find her no less beautiful. Well, I'm sure we'll meet again. Now quick, let's split up before a monster spots us. Maybe this'll work. Try letting go. Awesome. It's way over-supported, but it works. Okay, you gave me a red rupee. Here's the standard. Then we get chili veggie rice balls. And sleepover ticket. And with that, he's off. The reason I'm not reading it is because it's the same every single time. Okay. What is that thick, muddy gunk anyway? Those stones are blocking the road. This isn't good. Many travelers turn back. Of course they would in a situation like this. If you're not a bird or a fish, you have to follow this path to get to Zora's domain. Sometimes all you can do is give up. But I have to get there! Finley is waiting for me at Zora's domain! Haha, yeah, his best friend from Breath of the Wild. Remember this guy. Finley is waiting for me. I'll find a way to Zora's domain no matter what. No matter how long it takes. Someone did an analysis of the Japanese words for that side quest. Finley was just out looking for a friend, not a romantic partner, unlike what it sounded like if you played the English version. That's close enough for now. Oh, well, that's going to put a damper on things now, isn't it? Just bounces? That's not fair. Okay, we got one other thing that I can try. Okay, I found what I'm supposed to do, but I do want to do this, so let's go ahead and do it. I want to get... Essence of Ice. There we go. Drop that. And then... I now have an Ice Scepter. Woo! You there. Please, help me. The sludge fell on top of me so suddenly. Ugh, I could wash it away if only I had some water. Oh, you need water, do you? You saved me. Thank you. How shameful that this should happen to me, Captain of the Guard at Zora's domain. Unbelievable. Ugh. After the upheaval, that filth suddenly began falling from the sky. It's still like the waters around here and in Zora's domain. Everyone is at their wits' end because of it. That is why I set out to investigate the surrounding area myself. To think that I would fall prey to the falling sludge myself. Ugh. Just thinking of it makes my scales bristle. Ugh. My gills still feel so unclean. If you had not sprayed me with water, I shudder to think what would have happened to me. Please, take this Zora Spear as token of my thanks. I'm sorry that it is not much, but it is all I have. It is decayed like all the other weapons at the time of the upheaval, but, well, it is not unusable at least. Ah, you have many weapons in your possession, it would seem. If you make room in return, I will give you the Zora Spear. Yeah, I'll do that. You came back. You must allow me to thank you. Thank you for saving me. Here, the Zora Spear is yours now. Just like the other weapons, it fell to decay during the upheaval. Still, it is not completely without use. A Zora Spear with a decayed point. It's made of a water-resistant metal and yields a high attack power when it gets wet. I must report back to the domain, but first, I just need a small break. Blech. Thank you for teaching me how to get rid of this stuff. You know what? That's a lot of stuff right next to us. Surface map updated. Sky map updated. Lanayru Sky Archipelago. Hmm. Do our best to stay in roughly the top center, according to the map, until the opening presents itself again. Here we go. Yay, shrine! Ah, that's what's going on. Ooh! What do we got? Wing? Beam emitter. A Zonai device that shoots a light beam from its horn, inflicting damage at a great range. Know what to pair that with. A flying device. Gonna teach me how to use wing more effectively? Looks like it. Which way is the, optional? Got a fan over there. Sled's over there. Get the sled first. See, that was helpful. Oh, hold on a second. That's how you can mount these. Gonna push it at all, Link? Come on. Wow, this just doesn't want to go. Okay, fine. Let's get it down here. And then rewind it. Now I can get on. Whee! Down we go. And up we go. Ah, there's our optional chest. And I also get what I'm supposed to do with this. Platform. Large Zonite! Woo! Now we got our runway. I don't really need a runway. Just get to the end of it. Off we go. Built a little bit. Woohoo! Aha! Sage's Will! A small stone believed to have belonged to a sage. Holding it in your hand, you can feel the remnants of a strong bond. Interesting. Are those the sage's stones that I've heard about? Well, at any rate. Old map! A very old map that shows a marked spot. What could be there? In the depths. Interesting. Well, it's a very long way from here, so... Oh goodness, that is a very long way from here. Yeah, we'll go there eventually, but not right now. Not even close to right now. What? What does this say? It's such with ancient Hyrulean text. You cannot read it. Gee, thanks. Oh, and I can't rewind it either. Okay. Wonderful. discovery! Relish Channel! Follow the beam to its end and offer the crystal there. Do so and I will offer you a light that banishes evil. Relish Channel Crystal. Okay, I really didn't need the rocket. In fact, I think the rocket hurt a lot. Because I rammed into the side. And now I am spending all this time course correcting because I can't get it to turn the way I want to. There we go. Close enough. You who offers the crystal, I grant you a light that banishes evil. Haru's Blessing! What you got now? Large Zonite Charge! I'll take that. I am so sorry. Everyone has been treated now, but we have used up all of the splash fruit. There were more injuries than anticipated. Please accept my apology. You have nothing to apologize for. You did what had to be done. Most importantly, I am grateful that everyone is alright. Now, if only we could do something about that statue. Hmm? You there, are you a traveler? I am sorry that I did not notice you until now. I was focused on a matter of great importance. Zora's domain is in troubled times at the present due to the sludge falling from the sky. Things have finally calmed down, at least for the moment. However, this place remains covered in sludge. Such a shame, as this particular statue is so incredibly important to the Zora of the domain. We were just discussing how we need to wash away the sludge. I apologize that I cannot provide a great deal of hospitality. Please do make yourself at home here. Yeah, well, you kind of told me exactly what I needed to do, so let's... You know what? I don't need a splash fruit. I have this.
Yes, yes.
They replaced Mifa's statue? The sludge! I see you managed to wash it away. That statue is a symbol of hope for the Zora. It is very precious to us. Thank you so much for cleaning it up.
Yes.
In truth, that statue depicts the majestic forms of the pair who saved this cherished domain in the past. That is right, beloved Prince Sidon of the Zora and his very best friend, Sir Link, the heroic Hylian swordsman. With the Zora helm. Nice. It is simply wonderful, is it not? How I would love to meet him someday. He's standing right here. Say, you have a similar stature to the Hylian hero. Similar eyes as well. Oh my, and you are also a Hylian. And a swordsman? Wait, could it be? Are you Link, the swordsman of legend? Ahem. Please remember to mind your manners, Chroma. Oh, please accept my apology.
Yes.
Yes, please pardon our rudeness.
Whoa.
I am quite surprised to learn that you are the legendary swordsman, Sir Link. I have heard mention of you nearly every day since I first arrived at this domain. Wait, arrived? I thought all the Zora were here. Where are you from? The 2D Zelda games? I am Prince Sidon's. Oh, forgive me. I am your best friend's fiancé. My name is Yona. But where did you come from? if you had to arrive here? All the Zora are over here! I am truly honored to have the opportunity to meet you, Sir Link. Yona, caretaker to the Zora. I had heard that you were missing along with Princess Zelda. If I may ask, what brings you here? The sludge? To think that such a thing took place beneath Hyrule Castle, and now you are traveling to the kingdom to investigate. So your search for Princess Zelda is what brought you to this domain? Yeah, and other things.
Sure.
Like the sludge. In that case, feel free to investigate the area around the domain as thoroughly as you see fit. Oh, I have a lovely idea. If you do not mind, I ask that you please go and meet with Sidon. I'm certain that he would be delighted to see you. Sidon can be found in Mifa Court, located at the peak of Ploymus Mountain. You put something up there, huh? I guess there's no Lionel there anymore.
Oh.
Lady Yona, it is time. I fear we must be going now. Forgive me, Sir Link, but I must be on my way. Ah, but if it pleases you. After you have met with Sidon, perhaps you could visit me at the infirmary on the floor above. I am determined to be of assistance to you as best I can, Sir Link. The sludge-covered statue! Complete. That's a main quest? Wow. Yona's profile has been added. Yona, caretaker to the Zora, a royal Zora from another domain. Known for her kindness, she was Sidon's childhood friend and is now his fiancée. She began assisting the residents of Zora's domain in their efforts to combat the sludge as soon as she arrived. A match for Sidon's selfless compassion, she dedicates herself to helping the citizens of the domain. Hi, Finley. I could ask, Sasan, are you doing well? Oh, but what if he isn't? How about Sasan, are you alive? Oh, but that's very rude if he isn't. Sasan? Yes, Sasan. Why are you bringing him up? Do you have news? He's trying to get here. Oh, I guess it's because I mentioned him, huh? Sasan is my best friend and favorite person. He's Hylian and a traveling merchant. Pretty neat, right? Right? We made a promise that no matter what transpired, we would always meet up here in Zora's domain on a certain day. Sasan always keeps his promises. However, this time, that day has already come and gone, and still no sight of him. He still hasn't arrived. That's why I decided to write him a letter. After all, I must do something. I'm writing a letter to someone important to me. It's for Sasan. He's a Hylian who's very dear to me. Someone important? That's right. Sasan is important to me. He's my best friend and favorite person. I was kind of a loner before I met him. My family and friends stay pretty busy. That's why I sent a letter drifting down the river. I wanted to connect with someone. The rest, as they say, is history. I got a response, and it was from Sasan. Ever since, he's always kept the promise we made to meet up in the domain on a certain day, no matter what transpired. See, that matches a lot better with the Japanese translation that I was talking about. Hold on, what did she say at the end? I'm so worried. I want to go and search for him, but with the sludge, I know it would worry my mother sick if I left. She asked me to try writing a letter instead. I hate that it's so reasonable. I had to comply. Phew, this sludge really is quite stubborn. I dearly hope her patients recover soon.
Oh.
Lady Yona, Sir Link is here at last. Oh, you really came. How fortuitous. I was hoping to speak with you about an item you entrusted the domain with repairing, your Zora armor. The repair is mostly complete, but it does require just one more thing. I need an ancient arowana. I can finish the armor right away if I can somehow acquire a scale from that fish. We have not seen ancient arowanas around lately, and I have no idea where they can be found. I do. Since they are used for making armor, Dento the blacksmith may know something about how to get one. If you find one, can you please bring it to me? Do that and I shall fix your precious item at once and return it to your care. As you well know, the Zora armor allows even a Hylian like you to climb waterfalls with ease. I am certain it will prove useful to you. Please do not forget my request. Oh, hey, guess what? I have one. I'm pretty sure I have 3. Oh, could it be you have brought me an ancient arowana? Here you go.
Whoa.
An ancient arowana! They can be found in Sky Islands. With this, I can finally finish repairing your treasured Zora armor. Please wait just a short moment while I hurry to the workshop. I'm so honored to reunite you with this item, dear Link.
Yes.
Your armor is as good as new. Zora armor. Armor crafted by a past Zora princess for her future husband. Wearing it would allow even a Hylian to swim up waterfalls. Please take this along with our well wishes. I am so happy that I was able to return it to its pristine state. It's a precious piece of armor after all. As you well know, the Zora armor allows even a Hylian like you to climb waterfalls with ease. Of course, it will not help you with climbing waters that have been tainted with sludge. However, with your great skill, Sir Link, I am certain you will find a way up that waterfall, clouded though it is.
Whoa.
Please use this well for your investigation into Princess Zelda's whereabouts. The power of water. That's our big battery for us. Not sure why I would need it in a shrine, though. Oh, just to power one of those things. Okay. Because shrines don't take any energy to get things going. Oh, hey, see that? Magic Scepter! I already have... Yeah, I really don't need that. Oh, I see. And then I put this here and it'll charge up on it. Yep. I see. So it was empty, and now it's charged, and I can put it over here. Ah! I was trying to avoid that. Opal! That'll empty pretty soon. Yep. And now let's get this filled up again. And up we go. Aha! Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here. Let's go. That's going to be it for today. So when we come back next time, I'll be looking into getting all the way up Ploymus Mountain and figuring out what else I can do here. So that's going to be all for today. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.